So I make about $250 a day right now, which sounds great until I broke it down. Let me show you where it all disappears. So first off, let's do the math. About $250 is what I make. Not exactly, but around there. I won't say exactly, but that is around where it is, to make it simple. $250 a day, 5 days a week, that's $1,250 a week. So with taxes, that comes out to be around $1,000. Let's assume a take home is around 80% for that tax rate. $1,000 a week take home, bi-weekly paycheck, because I think most of us are bi-weekly, gets about $2,000 a paycheck, which sounds pretty good. Before I got this job at the office, I was an Amazon delivery driver. And I made about $230 a day, but only 4 times a week. So this is a significant pay increase, but it is temporary. So let's see if it actually gets us somewhere. That gives you around a monthly take home, 2 pay periods, which is around $4,000. Let's get into the expenses. First big expense. Currently, I live in a 3-bedroom apartment, super lucky. It is lower than the average in the area. It's only $1,200. So right away, you take that down, you're left with $2,800. Let's talk about food. I live here with my wife. We live together. I won't get into her income, but it does make things easier. We'll stick to mine. $2,800 for food. I like to allocate around $250 for groceries and for going out to eat. That's fast food, and I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna be real, I've been pounding those McChickens. So good. That puts us at $2,300 right there. And this is with a paycheck of $250 a day. We have to account for our car. We currently have 2 cars that we bought. They're only around 3 years old, both 2023. One of the cars we paid off, so that worked out pretty good. No more car payment, but you still got that insurance. And then the other car I got because I had to start a new job. So monthly car payment is $345. $345, and then the insurance for both cars is $243. After car insurance and the car payment on the one car, puts us at around $1,700. Remember, I'm not trying to make it look nice for you. This is the reality. I'm not some rich guy telling you exactly how it is. I'm just letting you know someone relatable that is probably in your shoes. To let you know, I think this is how it is for most of us. Unless you're really good at money, congrats to you. A big part of our paycheck that gets taken out too is that for every paycheck that I get, I take out $500 for a future down payment on a property. Don't know exactly what this is gonna be. If this could be our first home going down the line, I'm thinking in 2 to 4 years. If it has to be a townhome, just something to get out of rent, maybe something that we buy and turn into a rental. I think a lot of people want to do that. So actually that might be the easiest way for us. You know, I think most people think that they should be waiting to buy a house. Honestly, just get into something and keep it. Keep the townhome. Don't sell it for the equity for the next house, because then you have this home can be turned into a rental that you keep for a long time until maybe you want to buy a different investment property. So I am super bullish on saving for that. $500 per paycheck, not per month. That's $1,000 a month. So that takes us down to around $700 left. And with that, I think you know a lot of miscellaneous expenses. I haven't counted our electric bill. I haven't counted our gym membership. We go to the gym. Obviously you can tell, not really. I'm not buff. Let's get into that. Gas is gonna be like $80 a month for both our cars. Both our gym memberships is gonna be around $30 a month. Hygiene expenses is gonna be around $100 a month. And then our electric bill and gas is gonna be a little bit cheaper, only about $100. Puts us at about $400 left. 402 to be exact. That's the end of the most consistent expenses that we have. I can't tell you exactly how much we made for this circumstance. It was $4,000, and the reason why I can't tell you is because, well, life happens. Let's just say my wife or me, let's just say they make us take a day off from a holiday, an unpaid holiday. Early in my career, they when their holiday happens, they have everyone leave the office, but someone starting their career doesn't get paid for the holiday, so I might lose out on a day of pay like that. I might go do Amazon driving, so it could be anywhere from $3,700 all the way up to $5,000 a month. So I did $4,000 to be more conservative. Leaves you with $402 left. And this is assuming there's no big expenses happening. Of course, I have some sort of emergency fund going. It's not too big. I think it's like $2,000. But overall, if you have another emergency, this really isn't much. If we want to buy some clothes or something, it's like, man, $250 a day is pretty good. But when this is all you have left over, it's pretty crazy. Overall, as you can tell, money is important, but really it's just a representation of the time, energy, and freedom that we have in our lives. It's not that much wiggle room. And to be honest, the takeaway is that you can try to save as much as you can. And when you're making as little as we are at this moment, and I bet people watching might be very relatable. If you're making more, like I said, good job. But if you're making less and you want to get somewhere better, saving is important, but raising your income is what matters. Got to the point where we're making $250 a day, which is a point I wanted to be at for quite a bit of time. I'm 23 years old, but at the same time, still time. And let's just say my wife and I have plans to have a kid in 2 years. Well, that $400 a month with wiggle room, what's that gonna do for you? So obviously we gotta prepare ahead of time and hopefully try to make more at that point. I know $1,000 of that a month goes to our house saving, so that is pretty good. And probably most people don't do that, but I think if you can do that, that's the part that kind of saves us. That is such a big chunk, and $400 is really just our for fun money. If you want to go on vacations, we've been able to do that. So overall, I think before this, I was an Amazon driver. I made $230 a day. That was only 4 days a week, just because you work 4 tens. So that's how much I made for $10 for 10 hours. So $23 an hour, just about. So if you didn't take away much, and it's for you to look at this and see $402 isn't that much wiggle room, but also see that it is possible. Like I said though, the rent is cheap here for this apartment that we live in, so that is very lucky. You know, I guess if you're gonna have a higher rent, you gotta take some sacrifices. We do have the luxury of being able to save that much for a home in the future, if that's an investment property or not. That is the wiggle room that we have, but overall it can be done. We are in, you know, a good spot, but I also think that this is pretty average for a lot of people, and that if you find the time, I mean, only $250 for 2 people for all food. That's all we do. So kind of frugal in that matter, and we had to save up a good chunk of money to pay off that first car. So that took a little bit, but it can be done. Just try to work as hard as you can. Try to build your income up. If you don't like school, try to do side business, go do a trade. Overall, it can be done. Overall, that's my realistic situation. If you like that, subscribe. I'm gonna be trying to make better videos. My name is Juan Wick. Thanks.